Alright guys, welcome back to this channel. Hope everybody had a happy new year. But let's get back to business on GTA. So today we have got for you a completely solo Benny's merch. Now, I have released lots of versions of this on my channel, and we haven't had a completely solo one for a while now. Especially one that doesn't require anyone in a different targeting mode or anything like that. This is completely solo, and also you do not need to have a modded RC. So this is from car to car, and you don't need to have the modded RC Bandito to be able to do this. You can take Benny's wheels or modded paint or anything you want off any car that you've got and put it onto any other car that you own. So you are going to need a arena with the arena workshop and the mechanics, etc. You're also going to need to have a Rat-Truck. Now you can buy one of these, I think they're only like 37,000 or something like that from the Arena War website. You don't need to do the arena mods to it, you just have to buy the standard Rat-Truck. So you do need to have the Rat-Truck, and what you're going to need is you're going to need to have set up in your arena, in the workshop level, the Rat-Truck, the car that you've got the mods on, and the car that you want the mods on. So the car that you want to take the mods from, as well as the car that you want to put them on, and obviously the Rat-Truck as well. So once you've got all that set up, you are going to be able to start the glitch. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this is not an easy glitch. It will take you a few tries to hit it. You will not be able to do it first try. I mean, I've done it a few times now, and I've managed to be able to hit it, after 2 or 3 tries. But sometimes it still takes me at least 20 or 30 attempts to hit it. It is just one of them really annoying glitches that is pretty tricky to do. But I'm going to try to talk you through it as best I can today in this video. I'm going to slow it down for you at the bits where we need to slow it down, and I'm just going to try and walk you through how it's done and the best way to do it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you're going to need to go and you're going to need to take your Rat-Truck inside the mod shop. Now you'll see my Rat-Truck is already modded. Don't worry about it. It does not matter what mods you've got on this car. You're just going to take it into the workshop. It can be completely stock as long as it's not being converted into the Arena Wars version and it's just the stock Rat-Truck, then you're good to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to exit the vehicle, you're going to jump back in, and I'm going to slow this part down for you now. So as you can see, this is slowed down to a ridiculously slow frame rate. So what you're going to do, once you've got back in the vehicle, you'll have the option to press right and modify and press left to return it. Now what you need to do is you're going to hit right to modify the vehicle, and then straight after it you're going to fully press the right trigger. R2 on PlayStation, RT on Xbox. You're going to fully press the right trigger and release it straight away. Now as soon as you've pressed right on the D-pad and then press the trigger in, what should happen is the menu in the top left hand corner that says press right to modify, press left to storage, that one there, should pop back up. At this point you want to press left to return to storage. Now as you can see in the footage here, my vehicle actually did return to storage, so not to worry about it. What I'm going to show you now is me doing it at full speed so that you'll be able to get an idea of how fast you need to do the button presses. So I'm simply going to take the truck back into the workshop, and just the same as before, as soon as it arrives in the workshop, we're just going to jump out of the truck and jump back in it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit right on the D-pad, right trigger, and then press left on the D-pad when I see the little menu pop up. Now as you can see, you do need to do these things quite fast, so I'm going to press right on the D-pad, trigger, and left on the D-pad. Now if you find yourself driving back to storage all the time, just simply drive the car outside. I don't know why this works, but it does actually have an effect, and for some reason whenever you drive the vehicle outside and drive it back in again, it seems to just help the glitch work. So I'm just going to drive this back into the workshop, and I'm just going to take it straight back into the mod shop and try again. Now as I said before at the start of the video, this part can be very tricky, but once you've hit it, you can merge cars so easily. There is no trickery involved once you've hit this part. So as you can see me in the background, I am still trying to hit the glitch. Now, if you're really struggling, say you've done like 30 attempts at it and you really cannot hit the glitch, then what you're going to do is you're just going to find a new session and try again. I should have said at the beginning of the video, actually, you do need to spawn at your bunker. Anyway, this is the attempt where I actually hit it and get it right. So what I'm going to show you now, look, right on the D-pad, right trigger, left on the D-pad. So I missed it that time, so I'm going to try again, right on the D-pad, right trigger, left on the D-pad. And if you hit it right, see where it says Bravado Rat-Truck in the bottom corner? It'll show you the animation of your Rat-Truck driving back into the workshop. Once you've got that, you're just going to back out and you're just going to press exit the workshop. Now, what should happen is you'll get the animation of you leaving the workshop, and then you will still be in the workshop with the right D-pad option to modify your vehicle. At this point, you have hit it. The tricky part is now over. From here on, you can merge any cars that's inside your arena. So I'm just going to start off by doing this Dune. So you're just going to hit right D-pad to take it into the mod shop. And a lot of people have a lot of issues with the merge glitches with cars flipping over. Now I'm going to show you a few different ways around the flipping over part in this video, because I do actually manage to flip quite a lot of them over. So if you like this and the car that you're driving is flipped over, just simply press exit the workshop. It'll take your car back to the spot. You're going to press right D-pad to take it back in again and have another go. That is if it's the car that you're driving that's flipped over. If it's the other car, I will show you later on in the video, because I've done an example where the other car's flipped over, and it makes it a little bit harder, but at the same time, it's not that difficult. So once you've got this car inside here, you're just going to exit the vehicle. What we're going to do is we're going to jump back into the Rat-Truck, and we're just going to hit left on the D-pad to return it to storage. Now, all the way through this glitch, as long as there is still one car in the mod shop at all times, you will constantly remain glitched out. So don't worry about sending cars back to storage. You will always remain glitched out as long as there's always one car in the workshop. See how I've got the option to press right D-pad there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one into the mod shop, and we're going to put this paint and these wheels, etc. onto the Dune FAV. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to select the red tyre option, and I'm just going to also get rid of the livery on this one, because I'm not bothered about transferring a livery over to the Dune, so that's that. But once you've got the car with the mods on and everything that you want, you're just going to exit the vehicle. Now, you're going to jump in the car that you want the mods putting onto, but first of all, you need to get yourself a job from Gerald. Now, Simeon jobs work as well, but I just tend to ring Gerald because he always gives you a job really quickly. So you're just going to request the job from him. Now, this part we've done lots of times before in previous glitches, and once you get used to doing this part, it is actually really easy to hit. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring the job up on your phone, you're going to hold the pause button, and just as you let go of the pause button, you're going to hit A or X on PlayStation, and you should hear the pop of the phone in the background being accepted. At this point now, you're going to hold the pause button again, and as you release the pause button, you're going to spam left D-pad, and bam! The mods are transferred to the car, and then it just takes you into the job. So it's as simple as that, guys. All you're going to do is you're going to quit the job, and when you come back down, you'll notice the mods have transferred over to your car. So the part is now this car is not fully saved. This car, if you left the game at this point, the mods would revert back. So what we're going to do is we're just going to change any one thing on this vehicle, and that will save the car. So it's upside down again. I'm not too bothered. I'm just going to find one little thing to change on it, and then we're just going to exit the workshop. But that is essentially it. That is done now, guys. This car is merged, it's saved, it's finished. So like I say, I'm going to exit the workshop. And at this point now, we can merge anything we want. So we're not stuck to using that Sultan that's in the workshop. We can use any donor car and any car that we want to put mods onto. It doesn't matter. As long as there's one car inside the mod shop, we can use whatever we want. So for this next example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press right D-pad on this, and I'm going to take this into the workshop. It's probably worth mentioning at this point, guys, that If you've already got the hang of this now, there's nothing extra in this video, just some hints and tips on how to sort out the cars when they flip over and stuff like that in the workshop. And I'm just going to run through the merge one more time just to make sure you guys have got it. So once you've got your donor car in the workshop like that, what we're going to do is we're just going to return this Sultan back to storage. And then, yeah, you've guessed it, guys. All we're going to do is we're going to take the car in the mod shop that we want to take the mods off and put onto the Omnis. So I am going to use this Elegy Retro Custom that I've got here. And I'm just going to hit right on the D-pad and take it into the mod shop. Now, you'll notice the Omnis is parked slap bang in the middle of the workshop, so it's always going to cause a collision when you try and bring another car in. So, as you'll see here, both cars have ended up upside down, meaning I would just, well, I'd probably end up unglitched because both cars would have to exit the workshop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the workshop with this Elegy. And this is a little tip that I've used quite a lot. If you've got a massive heavy vehicle, just go and get the biggest, heaviest vehicle that you can find and take that into the mod shop in an attempt to turn over the car that's already in there. Now, I didn't have anything really big and heavy in this arena, so I'm just going to take in the Rat-Truck because it is quite a heavy car, and you'll notice now when I press right on the D-pad, all I'm trying to do is just roll that car back over onto its wheels. If you get stuck and there's issues, you will have to get glitched out again. If you have to remove both the cars from the workshop at any point, you will have to get glitched out again, unfortunately. But as you can see, I managed to turn that car over, no problem. So I'm just going to run through the merge again with you one more time, guys. I'm just going to take this car into the mod shop again now. And because the Omnis is proper clearing out of the way because we've rolled it over, this should just go in no problem. Now, what I also do when I'm taking cars into the mod shop is when you get them like this, where they're driving around on their own, I tend to just exit the vehicle when they're well out of the way, so that whenever you do bring another vehicle in, it's going to just go straight in the mod shop, not cause any issues with turning over. Just going to hit right on the D-pad, and I'm just going to put on some Benny's wheels, just so that we can transfer these over to the Omnis. Obviously, you don't have to use Benny's wheels. You can just use this method to transfer nice paints and stuff like that over. But I'm going to stick these wheels on because I think they'll look proper stupid on that Omnis. And once you've done whatever you're doing to your car with the mods on, jump out, jump in your donor car. Now, you just bring up the same invite that we got earlier. You don't have to ring Gerald for a new job every time. Going to hold the pause menu and let go, and then hit A as we let go. On that time, I didn't get the accept noise on my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again. Hold pause, let go and hit A at the same time. I heard the beep that time. So this time I'm going to hold pause and spam left on the D-pad. Perfect. So as we did before, we're going to get dragged into the job. And all you need to do is just exit the job. As I said with the last one, just jump in the car. You need to change any one thing on this car to save it. And then you're pretty much done. So that is it from me, guys. That is the solo Benny's merge glitch. You can merge anything to anything. Like I say, it is a full-on car-to-car merge. The first part is extremely tricky. And I'll say it again, you do need to spawn in your bunker to be able to make it work. You 100% need to spawn in your bunker, otherwise this will not work. Like I said, I should have said it at the beginning of the video. Unfortunately, I forgot at the beginning of the video, but I will write that in the description as well. If you've got any questions about this, please post them in the comments section, because I'm more than willing to help you guys out with this. I understand how tricky it is. For me, driving the Rat-Truck outside after a few failed attempts seems to be the way forward. That seems to solve the problems for me. But everybody might be different. Maybe find a new session or do stuff like that. Just there's ways around these things, but at the end of the day, it is an extremely tricky glitch. So that's it from me for today. Remember to stick a like on the video if you've enjoyed it or if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.